Well, hello, first graders. Today we're going to do problem solving, and the strategy we're going to use is to write a number sentence, just like you've been doing, but we have to read some words and then write our sentence. So your home helper is going to help you when you do your work at home after Mr. B is done, but Mr. B will show you how you need to do this. So you should be on page 43, and this is lesson 6, and I'm going to read the story first. Two children are fishing. Four more children join them. How many children are fishing in all? Well, the very first thing we have to do is try to understand all of that. So what we can do is we can underline what you need to know. And you notice when it says two children are fishing, do you see that orange underline? That's what you'll do because we need to know two children are fishing. We also need to know four more children join them. Now it says circle what you need to find out. Well, what we need to find out is how many children are fishing in all. So you can notice that there's a big circle around that, and we have at the end of that a question mark. That kind of helps us to know what we need to find out. How many children are fishing in all? So let's see what number 2. How am I going to solve this? I know two children are fishing, and I know four more join them. And what I need to find is how many are in all. So my plan is to write a number sentence. And you can see right here, they have 2 for two children are fishing, and they have four more join them. And in between, we're going to plus or add them together so we can find how many are in all. And you can trace over this 2 plus 4, and what does that equal? Well, that equals 6. So two children are fishing, four more join them. How many are in all? Two children fishing plus four more join them equals 6 in all. And so the answer is 6 children are fishing in all. And then you check and say, well, does that make sense? Is that reasonable? That if we wanted to know how many in all, that 2 children and 4 more would make 6? Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? 6 children are fishing in all. All right, let's turn to the next page. Page 44. Here's the next story, and I see this animal right here. Do you know what that is? Well, that's called an elk. Looks like a moose, too. It's an elk. And here's the story. Cassie saw 2 elk in the field. Marta saw 5 elk in the forest. How many elk do they see all together? And that's the same as in all. All together, in all. Well, what do I need to do? Underline what you know. So, what do we know? We know Cassie saw 2 elk in the field. So underline that. We also know Marta saw 5 elk in the forest. And I'll underline that. How many elk do they see all together? Circle what you need to find out. Well, that's what we need to find out. How many elk do they see all together? We're going to circle that question. All right. Now, make a plan. Cassie saw 2 elk in the field. Marta saw 5 elk. How many did they see all together? My plan is to add them together, and we're going to write a number sentence. So let's do that. 2 elk in the field, and we're going to plus them or add them together because we need to know how many are in all. And 2 elk, and we have 5 in the forest, and we make sure we put our equal sign. And here's what you can do. I can make my little markers. I'll just put circles, and I'll make 5 here and 2 here. And we'll count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we have 7 altogether. So they see 7 elk altogether. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. Well, let's keep going. Let's turn to page 45. And we're going to apply this now, which means we're going to practice. Sentence number 1, and we're going to write an addition sentence. And sentence number 1 says Leon has 5 cards. Trey has 4 cards. How many cards do they have in all? Well, first we underline what we need to know. Okay? We need to know Leon has 5 cards, and we know this other boy, Trey, he has 4 cards. And what do we need to find out? How many cards do they have in all? So what do we do with that question? We circle that, what we need to find out. So Leon has 5, Trey has 4. We need to find how many they have in all. And the plan is to make a number sentence. So let's write 5 plus 4 equal. And we can draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And they have 9 cards in all. Does that make sense? Leon has 5, Trey has 4. How many do they have all? Together, in all, 5 plus 4. Let's look at the next problem. Nikki has 6 stickers, and she has given 2 more stickers. She was given 2 more. Well, we know she has 6. Let's underline that. She has 6. And we also know that she was given, somebody gave her, I don't know if it was her mom or a friend or a sister, but somebody gave her 2 more stickers. 2 more. And how many stickers does she have now? So that's what we need to find out. Let's circle that. How many stickers does she have now? Let's make a plan. Nikki has 6. And we're going to write a number sentence. Nikki has 6. And then somebody, her friend, her sister, her mom, her brother, I don't know, gave her 2 more stickers. And so we're going to plus 2 more. Well, we need to know how many does she have now. That means how many does she have in all? And we can draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to make 6 markers for the number 6. And 2, how many circles? 2. Be our counting chips. All right, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so it equals 8 stickers. Nikki has 8 stickers all together. Well, is this working? Is this making sense? I know you're going to need a home helper for reading, but we underline the information we have. Well, we know Nikki has 6, and somebody gave her 2 more, and then we have to circle what we want to find out. Let's look at the last one on this page. Brain Builder. I'm not sure about this pronunciation, but I'm going to say Isai. I think maybe it's Isai. He saw 5 cars going down the road. Jamal saw 1 fewer car. Ooh, this is going to take some thinking. How many cars did Isai and Jamal see? Well, that's what we're going to circle. But let's look at what we know. We know Isai saw 5 cars going the road. We know Jamal saw 1 fewer. And we know we need to find out how many cars did Isai and Jamal see. Well, Isai saw 5 cars, so my plan is to write 5 for Isai and I'm going to have to add that to Jamal. But it says Jamal saw one fewer car. One fewer car than Isai. Well, if Isai saw 5, what's one fewer than 5? We count back from 5. One fewer or one less than 5, the number right before 5 is 4. So Jamal saw 4. That takes some thinking on that one. That's why it says brain builder. All right, now what does that equal? Let's make our circles, our chips, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you want to put chips out on your chart to help you, your part whole, that'd be great. Or you can draw them like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we need to put them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And they saw 9 cars all together. Well, boys and girls, I know you can do this. This takes a little bit of thinking. We got some words. I know some of those words you don't know. That's why we need our home helper to read and help you read these. And I know that you guys will do real well. And then we'll write our number sentence. So you guys can practice page 46, 47, and 48. And thank you for always doing a great job.